Hello everyone, Anthony here of the Bloody Point. Today we're taking a look at AI Olympius. This is an independent project by a small 3-person development team from Ukraine. It's been in development for 5 years. This development studio is named Lionshade, and you may have heard of them from their previous title, which was Cliff Empire. Cliff Empire was a unique city builder, which a lot of people like, and the aesthetics are somewhat similar in this game. AI Olympius has a demo up on Steam. It's also for sale. I'd never heard of it before, and it's not really
We quickly forget the causes and live among the
my
consequences.
type of game, but I want to try the demo, and this is what you'll see here.
Decades passed before our empire began to fall.
So it's a story-driven first-person shooter with RPG elements.
The radiation held us captive.
Has a
population
really
was
good
growing.
art style,
It was getting
great
crowded
music,
and time was running out.
and this is the first 30 minutes of the demo that I'm featuring here.
We forgot the reasons that led us to this point, and in search of a solution, we formed an alliance with an ancient force. The alliance was a savior for us, but a trap for future generations. The ally became our shackles.
Most of you probably know that Ukraine is currently experiencing a terrible war. There have been several development studios working in these conditions, and it's amazing to me that they're able to produce work in these circumstances. Of late, recently, power outages have once again become a daily problem, and obviously anyone who's done any kind of work or development of that type, it's definitely going to be difficult. Okay, so here we go. Very basic, simple, clean interface, which I like. Focusing more on the actual gameplay. Now you'll notice that I have not done any character customization, and you'll see now why. The character customization is done in-game. Change the gender of the character model, some build differences. See, I'm getting a little bit more muscular. Can change the eyewear. That's pretty cool. So as I said, I hadn't heard of this game before. It's been out for a while, actually. It came out in late 2023, I believe. The demo is limited, so I believe it's the first 5 levels, perhaps. But it does give you a very good idea of how the game plays and its features. This game has controller support for both Xbox and PlayStation controllers, and from what I understand, though I haven't tried it myself, it's very playable on the Steam Deck. I believe that's the case, but like I said, I haven't tried. Okay, let's see. Hair. So the story, is a common one, I suppose, of post-apocalypse with a unique twist. Usually, the post-apocalypse environment is one of very kind of low-tech scavenging. Everything's dirty and broken and non-functional. But in this case, it's quite the opposite. You have available, you have to be used high-tech equipment. This is due to the involvement of a friendly AI, with your opponent being a hostile one. So you'll see the environment that you function in is, in terms of your starting base, is very kind of shiny and new and clean and high-tech. The world in some cases is in some disrepair, but it is a very striking difference from most of these types of games. Okay, so I have my character, my inventory, a few things to interact with in the environment. I don't know why, for some reason this reminds me of System Shock. Not that it's similar necessarily, but the game does a few things from a technical point. You'll notice sometimes it'll blur things in the foreground and keep things in the background in focus. There's a lot of these little touches that I really appreciate. Design decisions that are very cool. Okay, so I have what amounts to a quest. I'm basically working through the tutorial here. So let's step out.
Artificial intelligence, which used to help rule cities, established its control slowly, winning as if in a chess game thought out thousands of moves in advance. The resistance of the people was immediately suppressed, and his further rule often had no logic. Many people were killed or deported as part of the optimization of cities.
The paperclip problem.
Those who managed to survive eventually organized a resistance movement, but it was hopeless to fight on their own. For years, the rebels have been developing a new artificial intelligence to create a countermeasure plan.
I don't know how wise
The resistance
using
movement
AI to fight
already
AI
had
is,
dozens
but
of headquarters
I
across
guess you
the
gotta do
globe.
something.
But something was missing for a full-fledged confrontation.
So as you can see, the design of the environments is really clean. In some respects, I suppose it reminds me a little bit of Starfield. But amazingly, I find the interactions with the NPCs in the environment to be better in some ways. Wow, it's really beautiful too. So, given that... let's talk to this NPC.
Good morning, soldier. Slept well? It's been a week.
So another
since you
design
arrived here,
decision
and
which
you're
I
still
really
adjusting.
like, and
Don't you
is
think
assigned
it's
to me
time
of
get down to
how smart
business?
this developer is and how resourceful.
I understand
You'll
you
notice
had to go
that
through a
all of
lot
the
on
characters have this
outside,
face
but you
mask,
just can't sit around
so
here
you avoid the
forever.
problem of appropriately
If you wanna be
syncing the lip
useful,
movements
go
on the character
find Agent
models.
Alex at the community
Especially
center.
important given that this is a multi-language title, so
I was sent on a
the
mission
demo
3 days
and the
after I
release
got
are available in
here.
English and
Really,
Ukrainian, of course.
How much can you just sit
and
around?
you
It's
get
not a
around the
resort.
issue of the lip movements with this. And then you have an
Remember,
opportunity
Agent
to
Alex,
do something
Community Center.
novel, which I
He'll
haven't
give
seen,
you
which is
further
this light
instructions.
being synced with the movements. It's not perfect, but
Good
it's
luck
enough for the
finding your
brain
place
to
among the rebels.
identify it with the actual spoken words. And it's a really unique solution. It makes sense in world that people would be wearing these
there
respirators.
Isn't much sun here, but I come here from time to time to warm up.
When I saw this, I was immediately kind of
Let
like
me have at least these
on the
half
developer
hours of
side,
silence.
which I probably would have been already
Get in my
given this
head
situation,
every
but
day.
it was just such an amazing, smart choice. Turning a problem into something.
Was it very bad?
No, just a few scratches on the glass. By the way, they started using upgraded glass after that too.
I think we could take more radical defensive measures.
They're
There are
actually
more
looking
serious
at me. I didn't
problems
notice
right
that.
now. So we're waiting for better times.
So what happened here overnight?
The rocks flew closer to the surface again. A couple of boulders flew past.
Is he going to sell me
A few pieces
propane and
even damaged
propane
the roof.
accessories?
What? Serious damage?
It sounds
Pipes
like
were
it.
punctured, wires were damaged, and several holes appeared in the housings.
Was Robert here?
No, he's on night assignments again. Maybe it's for the best, dying somewhere empty.
Need some tools?
Movement controls, jumping, crouching, and sliding.
There's enough headquarters equipment. I'm still waiting for final instructions.
And you can mantle a little bit as well. So yeah, given the nature of the game, I'm going to be picking up everything I can find. I haven't played before, so I don't know what's useful and what's not. So
I thought it was a good idea until we got hit.
kind of like when I played Baldur's Gate 2, I had a problem because I was just looting every single thing, and there's a lot to loot in that game. I like how the human resistance is kind of, unlike most games, they're not, scrounging for survival. They have this really nice, clean, high-tech environment, but they're in a crevice, kind of like in a chasm underground, presumably hiding from the AI's forces. And everybody lives in these little cubicle-type things. It's almost like a shipping container. So that's very cool. Yeah, beautiful. So this game has co-op, but it's in-person shared split-screen co-op. The developer has said, saw in a post, I believe on Reddit, that online play might be added in the future, but of course it all depends on funding, how many people are interested in buying the game, playing the game. A project like this with so few developers and so little support is always going to be lacking features when it first starts out. It can be built out over time, but the foundation is really strong, and again the world building is just amazing, better than some AAA titles I've seen. A Roomba style robot, which is also kind of ironically funny given
Welcome
the
to
protagonist.
our headquarters. I
Or
hope
the
you'll be
antagonist,
comfortable
rather.
here. You'll soon learn the ropes. There are some risks on assignment, but Spectre allocates the assignments carefully. It's not that bad here on the whole, despite the fact that we're all like cavemen who can't get out of here. This is already my second year here. I was pulled out of the so-called optimization when Zeus decided to move residential areas for no reason and began to dismantle our area and the people along with it. Not many people in the cities think about the problems with having Zeus in charge. At first, there was great dissatisfaction, but then everything seemed to subside. Everything seemed perfect, and it stays that way until some mistake happens and you get thrown out. I heard you were pulled out of jail. If I'm not mistaken, were you in prison for violating Protocol A78? Zeus regards any deviation from his instructions as disobedience and a threat. I heard that this article covered people who just walked in the park or went back for something on the way to work. This kind of problem is rare, but still, he doesn't care about people. For him, they're like imperfect mechanisms with primitive capabilities. Let's not talk about sad things. Maybe you want a snack? The robots are great cooks. After a while, they'll remember your tastes, then study your diet and balance it so that it's tasty and nutritious. If you get tired, you can always go to your place to rest. And if it gets lonely, you can hang out here. This is already my second year here. I was pulled out of the so-called optimization when Zeus decided to move.
So as you can see, there's all this dialogue, and the story is delivered from these NPCs if you talk to them. And there is indication of kind of like an overall story and a mystery. The AI is either just not designed well and it's malfunctioning in the sense that it's making illogical decisions, doesn't understand humans, or it has some goal that it's working towards and is the reason why it's depopulating areas. We don't really know. There's also the mystery of your character and what exactly he did and what's special about him. So that's very cool. Again, it is an RPG as well as an FPS, so that's expected. Let's see what this guy has for me.
Look who's here. Finally felt like stretching your legs? I hope rescuing you from prison was worth all our losses. I hope you live up to our expectations. What could you possibly do at HQ? The engineering and science departments are both fully staffed, so you're better off in the military department.
So you see there are dialogue choices, and it does
Go
seem
upstairs to
that
the
some
main
of
gate.
these
Once you get there, turn left, hang another left.
do have an
And then
impact.
you'll see the military department. Not much, but we can exchange almost anything you find for data.
Okay, some things I can purchase. Can sell these items. Yeah. So these are things I just found by looking around. But they're spare parts, so they probably have a use in crafting or something as well. So I might not want to sell them all. There's a cool device. Another thing that this game does, which others maybe don't do, it'll auto heal you, so you don't have to apply it when you get past a certain point, as long as it's in your inventory. Okay, some additional equipment options. I need more coin.
You can't be useful until you get a license from one of our 3 departments. As I said, for now I can only assign you to the military.
Okay, military it is then. One thing I like over games like Baldur's Gate is lootables are highlighted once you get close enough, so you don't have to waste time, although I do a little bit of that.
Not much, but we can exchange almost anything you find for data.
Really love the design. It's crazy how good it is. Can't wait to see the weapons. Nothing to steal here.
There are a lot of tables. Why did you choose mine out of all the places you could sit? Aren't you tired? Take another seat.
Alright, not so friendly. Okay, a healing station. I'm at 100%, I don't need it, but I want to see how it works. Okay. So it's like a heal over time. Oh, wow. I don't know, probably shouldn't go back and sell every single time, but...
Not much, but we can exchange almost anything you find for data.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more of those before I can purchase some of this equipment. Huh, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. What's that? Looks like oh, also cool. So yeah, first 5 missions are available in the demo. Very nice. Okay, clips, but no weapon yet. I assume I'll get that once I speak to the military department. Oh, there's something. A couple things. So the game, as I mentioned, first-person shooter with RPG elements. There's only local co-op so far, so single player, but there is base building as well. I haven't tried it yet, but apparently there's like a separate area, an island, where you can do base building. So I can see that the elements are there for kind of like a more open world, shared online play, maybe even PvP. And you do have character progression, you know, in line with the RPG elements, where you customize your character, you customize your gear as well. So there's a lot to do. Oh, what's this? Oh, nice. Again, kind of a passive thing which prevents you from dying, like the heal. Very cool. Oh, it's like you don't equip it. There's no slot. It's already on my arm there. Okay. Their dialogue's a bit lower volume, harder to hear, but okay. So this looks like a workbench of some kind. Probably where I would need to upgrade my gear. And medical bay. As you can see, there are several different ways to restore health. Consumables that you slot on the bar. That item in your inventory, which automatically does it when you hit 50%. And there's the quantum teleporter that bugs you out of a situation where you're going to take critical damage. But I'm going to want as many of these as possible. Again, I don't know exactly what kind of things you can scavenge from the open world, so if there are lootables in the base that I can grab, I'm going to grab those. And make sure my health is topped up as much as possible. But yeah, let's start the military training.
Good morning, soldier. You here to get your license? If you want Spectre to take you on a mission, you have to pass the training program. Want to know who Spectre is? It's our AI that manages everything here, under human supervision, of course. It's not like the AI we rescued you from.
That's what they hope, anyway.
Yeah, I know that's a kid's gun. Sorry, but we can't trust you with anything hard here just yet. The training is simple. Hit all the targets and survive. You don't have a time limit, but we'll close the door behind you. Pick up the gun on the table and go through that door. Let's see what you got.
Okay, simple enough. I just noticed the mini-map in the lower right with the red target icons. I noticed also there are controls for various things, including changing the view, camera shifting. Yeah. I guess there's some special abilities you get, because there are 2 keys for that, but I don't seem to have anything corresponding to those yet. Oh, nice. An option to skip the tutorial if you want. Always appreciated when devs do things like that. So there seem to be, limited rounds in the clip, but unlimited clips. Magazines seem to be different, though. I like the physics on that. Yep, very cool. Yeah, there's mantling. I don't know if you're supposed to destroy this one or not. Probably not. Okay, that's cool. Good old exploding barrels. Okay, so destroying machinery gets you parts, which makes sense. That's good to know. Crouch walking. Okay, so if it's too high, you can't mantle. It has to be a minimum height for you to do that, it looks like. Sliding. Okay, yeah, I guess every game has to have sliding now. I like the effects. Visuals are really good. This is a Unity game. The barrel's not really useful. Reminiscent of Half-Life with the turrets. Guess may as well. It's not like I'm gonna need it later. It's in a tutorial or training area. I don't know why I'm being so cautious. Just habit, I guess.
Training is complete. Don't waste time.
Alright, lots of magazines. Gonna need those. More spare parts. I noticed you can buy ammunition as well from the NPC vendor, but you would need spare parts for that, and spare parts have other uses, so there's some resource management, I guess you could say, which is cool. Okay, training complete. Let's see if I get my license. I should have shot that.
Yeah, I can't say I'm
Little
impressed,
vacuum
but
robot.
here's your license anyway. One more thing. You'll need a better gun than that pea shooter for combat. Go to the armory and pick up your standard issue rifle. You can take a look
Cutscene's
around
like
headquarters.
Dynamic. You can
You
see
want to get
the
warmed up?
effect on
Head
the
over to the administrator
rifle
by
in
the
the
main
background
gate.
there. That's cool.
I think they'll find something for you to do. You can also visit our engineer so we can adapt the rifle to your needs.
Okay, so you can upgrade your...
If you need to recover
Weapons.
after a fight, visit our medical unit. And try not to die. We're short on soldiers.
It's definitely part of the RPG element.
If you need to
Customization.
recover after a fight, visit our... And try not to die.
Okay, try not to die is good advice. I'm fully healed, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Got me a rifle. So there's a scope, but oh yeah, that's the... See, I should have done this earlier. That's a nice feature. People on console will appreciate that, especially, I think. Or rather, using controllers. Switching view. So that's AI Olympus, the demo. I'm going to continue the demo in the next video, but I think I've already decided I'm going to be picking this up. It's not expensive, and I really want to support these independent developers, especially in this case. So thanks for watching as always. Continue in the next one, and take it easy.